If you've been playing Killer in Dead by Daylight and are struggling to get sacrifices, there could be some things that you are doing wrong. So if you want to learn how to more effectively shut down chases and secure those kills, just keep watching. Hey there guys, my name's EarthToLydia and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 really basic tips that can apply to all killers, which will help you to secure those sacrifices. Before I continue, if you guys didn't know, I stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/EarthToLydia, so if you have any more specific questions, you can come down there and ask me when I'm live. Anyway, the first tip that I've got for you is to know your killer's limitations. So that is both the killer's strengths and weaknesses. It doesn't matter what killer you're playing, you probably want to have a look at their movement speed, familiarize yourself with some of their better add-ons, and what perks flatter them. When you have this knowledge memorized, it's going to help you in-game. So for example, if you're playing Nurse, you know that line of sight breaks are a weakness of hers. The same applies to other killers. For example, Trickster, Hag, Huntress, Deathslinger. These killers all have a 110 movement speed. Some of them can deal with range better, but if you're chasing somebody far away in the distance, just know you will not be able to catch up to them as quickly as if you're playing another killer. The next tip that I have for you is to know when to drop your chases. So in this sense, I mean, if you've been chasing a survivor for a very long time, they really know how to make the most out of all of their loops, you are probably going to want to drop that and wait for a moment where they're more vulnerable. If you're in a chase like this and you come across another survivor either working on a gen or one heading out into the open where you can easily down them, then don't commit to the chase on the original survivor. Switch onto this other survivor instead. Feeding into that nicely, tip number 3 is pressure gens effectively. Now you can get some perks that can help you with things like this, such as Corrupt Intervention, which gives you 3 less gens to worry about at the start of the game, but kind of like we said with the last tip, don't just spend forever chasing survivors. Don't hang around hooks either. If you've got a survivor on the hook, have a look around to see what generators are being worked on by other survivors. For all you know, you could be expecting somebody to go in for a save, when actually the remaining 3 survivors are all pressuring a gen. This one's slightly different from the one that we mentioned before, but know which chases to take. If you just happen to come across 2 survivors, you should know which one to go after. Maybe, for example, you know one of the survivors is a stronger looper than the other one. You probably want to go for the weakest survivor that you know that you can take out quickly. Alternatively, maybe you find 2 survivors and one of them is running out into the open while the other is running to a loop. Try and capitalize on the one that is running out into the open and doesn't have as much protection. You can get an early hit on them before they're able to make it to another loop, which should shorten the chase. And another very common situation, if you come across 2 survivors where one is injured and the other is not, go for the one that is injured. In the same vein, maybe you come across 2 injured survivors, one of them's running Iron Will while the other isn't. It's way easier to track the survivor that isn't running Iron Will. Providing they're not a super strong looper, you should be able to down them fairly quickly. And the last tip that I have is to use different strategies. Don't just keep on holding W and expecting to get kills out of it. Maybe, for example, you have a survivor on a hook and another one comes along and you're able to down them quickly. Is it more beneficial for you to try and pick up that survivor that's now on the floor? If you pick up that survivor and try taking them to another hook, you are creating a window where that first hook survivor is not being protected. Also, and this is a really important one, if you know some survivors are running dead hard, then rather than swinging the moment that you think you have the opportunity to lunge and hit them, wait it out a second longer. It is way more beneficial to you. Anyway, that is going to be all that I have for this one video. However, if you do want to see some more tips, I have a whole host more that I'm willing to share. Let me know if you found any of these beneficial, and of course, let me know in the comments if you like this kind of content. Really welcome all feedback. Anyway, my social medias are going to be linked in the description, and I want to thank you all so much for making it this far into the video. Until next time, see you later, guys.